What's going on, guys? Jacoborth back here with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas to talk to you guys about something that I've had a lot of people asking questions about. So I actually apologize for not getting this video out sooner. I've had people asking for quite some time about this topic, and that is about Lake Mead and the water levels of Lake Mead, water usage here in the Las Vegas area, and what that means for the future. Because a lot of you watch this channel, you see my videos about living here and moving here, and a lot of you are interested in coming to live here in Southern Nevada, but you hear about, the water levels out in Lake Mead, and you're like, well, what does that mean? How can this area keep growing if the water levels, keep declining? So, some stuff about Lake Mead you want to remember. Lake Mead is very important as a source of water for us here in Southern Nevada. It does supply about 90% of this area's drinking water. And the other thing you want to remember, it's not just the people right here in the Las Vegas area in Southern Nevada that depend on Lake Mead. It's actually about 25+ million people in Southern California, from Santa Barbara all the way down to San Diego, who depend on it too. Also, a lot of people in Central Arizona depend on it as well. So, we're talking tens of millions of people that are dependent on that lake. So, and it's different because we've been, I don't know if you want to say, we've been preparing for this for a while here in Southern Nevada, but droughts are really not a big surprise in the desert, okay? Nevada actually in years past has gotten a lot of recognition, or Southern Nevada actually has got a lot of recognition for making really great efforts to conserve water. And it was actually in the early 2000s when this area, this Southern Nevada, this Las Vegas area, added about 500,000 new residents, but they were able to reduce the water usage by 23%, even though they added 500,000 people to this area. So here, this area has actually been used to that, used to a lot of droughts and that kind of thing here in the desert. Is not a big surprise. California's actually probably got the bigger problem because obviously the amount of people, they need water for agriculture. But here in California, a lot of homes, coming from someone who grew up there, can tell you a lot of homes in California have a front yard and a backyard with grass in the front and in the backyard, and grass requires water to keep it green. So one of the things that's been taking place, or I should say several of the things that have been taking place here in Southern Nevada, are measures to reduce the water usage. So I'll talk about a few of those. One of the big ones is actually they've done a, they call it a Cash for Grass program here in Southern Nevada. Or actually, when you take out the grass, if you have front yard or back, or any grass at your home, you have it taken out, and you can actually sell it, and if you put in turf, then you actually get paid for the grass, because obviously that grass needs water to survive. And single family homes are by far the biggest usage of water. Single family homes more than multi-family homes, more than businesses, more than resort areas, that kind of thing. Those are that's the biggest source of water usage. So that's why a lot of the things here, a lot of the homes you'll see, the neighborhoods out here, they won't have front yards or backyards. And that's actually by law now. A lot of new developments, they're not allowed to have a front yard with grass. And a lot of times in the backyard, I think the backyards can have grass, but it's got to be 50% or less of the backyard area can be grass. So there's limitations on it, because obviously water is a pretty critical resource for us here. So usage here is one that's this area has made an effort to reduce over the years. And not just in the last couple years, talking the last 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, they made efforts to reduce the water usage in this area, because this area has kept growing. But obviously the levels of Lake Mead keep going down. They have been going down. If you ever go visit Lake Mead, you can see how much lower they are. You can see the bathtub ring around it, and it's way, way lower than it ever used to be. And these efforts have actually been paying off here for this area. They have been helpful, okay? It's, a lot of times you see in the news a lot of negative stuff about the water usage, and there's definitely concern, but there are some good numbers that we can look at. So actually, since they started the Cash for Grass program here, about 48,000 homes have participated in it, over 5,000 businesses. In 2014, they're actually to save, it was 9.6 billion gallons of water from being used here. That's about 10% of actually this area's allotment of water from Lake Mead. So there have been some serious efforts, they've been paying off well, but the Cash for Grass has been a huge one. And then just also restrictions, when it comes to golf courses are restricted on how much they can water, or how much water they can use throughout the year. A lot of the resorts and stuff, they have to use recycled water. There's a big push to use recycled water here. And then another one that's a smaller one, not as big as some of the others, like Cash for Grass, that have saved money, just limitations on when you can water your lawn, sprinkler limitations. So you'll see signs, you'll see billboards around town That'll just remind you, hey, you can only water between these hours and these hours. Please save water, because we're in a desert. You'll see commercials on TV about it sometimes. So, you know, there is an effort to save water and to conserve water here. So you'll notice that when you come out, you see a lot of these homes have a lot of the desert landscape is what they call it, where the front yard is basically just like a bed of rocks, and then the backyard is like, you know, you have turf in your backyard. You don't even have natural grass, but they'll just be like little natural grass like park in the neighborhood that you're living in. So that's how a lot of these new developments are built. So we'll have, you know, natural grass in this park. There's also the community pool. We'll have like a splash pad that kids can play at, type of thing. But you're not going to find too many new developments where the homes are like have yards or anything like that. A lot of the older homes here are the ones that have front yards and backyards with grass. So, you know, in the future of this area, is Vegas going to just suddenly like run out of water and we're all going to be screwed and we're all just going to die of dehydration? I doubt that's going to happen. I mean, they've done work over at Lake Mead where now they've built the, they call it the third straw, where they built this tunnel underneath Lake Mead. It took them years to do. It's actually a pretty impressive project when you think about it, where they have the third straw. It's pretty much at the bottom of Lake Mead, so if the water levels get below where the other two pipes are to get water to the area, they have that third one way down below where they can still be able to reach the water. So that'll wind up being a help. Obviously the drought that we've had here for years is not a big help. But one thing that someone had mentioned, actually somebody mentioned this in the comments in the video one day, was how you know, how dependent California is on the water from here, and that, you know, it's fortunate that we live here in southern Nevada, that we have Lake Mead here in this area on the border of Arizona and Las Vegas, or on the border of Arizona and Nevada, and that, you know, if like need be, like we'd cut off California like way before they ever cut off this area. So who knows if that would actually happen, but I don't foresee this area just, you know, just coming to a complete drought where we all starve, you know, we all die of dehydration type of thing. So the only time is ultimately going to tell. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I mean, I know some of you have been plenty concerned about it and you've read about it. If you have opinions about it, please throw them in the comments below. I'll put some links to some articles to read where I've got some of this information, some of these numbers. You can read about other efforts that are being made by people here to conserve water. But ultimately, time will tell. Okay, I still think, even with the concern of Lake Mead's water levels, this is a great place to come live. Everything I've said in all the other videos still applies. So I'm not going to be planning to move anytime soon just because of what I hear of what's going on over at Lake Mead. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I'm Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas.